Hello EFD squad and welcome back to Scout Report. Today we're looking at 5 young players that are going to kill the Champions League this season. Let's dive straight in. 5. Amadou Awara. With Jorginho moving on to Chelsea, Napoli are in need of a new first choice defensive midfielder. Unfortunately for Carlo Ancelotti, the club already has Amadou Awara sitting on the bench. The 21-year-old has played just 1,670 minutes over the last 2 campaigns combined, the equivalent of 18.590s, but has plenty in his history to suggest he's ready for the step up. Awara arrived at Napoli from Bologna in 2016 and was nominated for the Golden Boy Award following the year for his performances. An outstanding destroyer, Awara won the ball back nearly 5 times a game during his spell at the Rosso Blu. And though the number has dropped at the Stadio San Paolo, probably thanks to Napoli having the ball 60% of the time, he still outstrips Jorginho when it comes to regaining possession. But he has solid technical ability too. On joining the Partenope, Awara took the number 42 in honour of his idol Yaya Toure. And like Toure, Awara has more to offer than breaking up opposition attacks. Over the last 2 seasons, he's been heavily involved in build-up play, making around 80 passes a game and completing 91% of them, a better rate than Sergio Busquets in the same period. It's unlikely that Awara's passing will ever rival Jorginho's. The Regista created 1.6 chances from the base of midfield in 2017-18, an insane achievement. But he is clearly able to pull his weight in one of Europe's most ball-dominant sides, and arguably he could prove more useful than his former teammate in the Champions League, where Napoli can't expect to keep possession to the extent they do in Serie A. Awara is currently in the process of gaining Italian citizenship, making him eligible to play for the national team. A sad prospect for Guinea, the country of his birth, where the idea of him playing alongside Naby Keita must have been mouth-watering. Fans will just have to settle for seeing him finally get his shot on Europe's biggest stage. 4. Federico Berardi. Juventus' 7th most expensive signing of all time, Italian wide man Federico Berardi had a tough first year with the Bianconeri. Having been the jewel of a mid-table Fiorentina side a year earlier, Berardi played just 800 minutes in the league for Max Allegri's team in 17-18, a real problem for a player who turned 24 halfway through the campaign. In fact, a single start in the Champions League meant that 1/7 of the winger's total time on the field came in European competition, and as a result, his impressive numbers might need to be taken with a pinch of salt. Berardi was involved in 10 league goals, that's 1 every 82 minutes, but that is at least partially as a consequence of playing tired defences at the end of games and in a division where Juventus were laughably dominant, winning 30 of their 38 fixtures. But Berardi was genuinely excellent at the tail end of the year, with 2 goals and 4 assists in the last 10 matches of the season, and his role has changed significantly from his Fiorentina days. Key passes dropped from 2.2 to 1.5 after his move, but shots went up for the 3rd consecutive season, and are now around 3 per 90 minutes, solid numbers for an out-and-out striker, and the 3rd best at Juventus. Having played 90 minutes just twice all campaign, Berardi will hope that in a new-look attack featuring Cristiano Ronaldo, he might be able to supplant the now 30-year-old Higuain and 32-year-old Mandzukic. If Juve want to break a Champions League duck stretching back to 1996, he very well may need to. 3. Cengiz Under. 21-year-old Cengiz Under moved to Roma in 2017 after a single campaign in the Turkish top flight. And his debut season in Italy was solid too, with 7 goals and an assist in around 1,200 minutes, making him the Giallorossi's 2nd highest goalscorer in Serie A. Under is pretty shot happy, with 3.3 attempts on goal a game, and nearly half of those coming from outside the box. As a result, it's not shocking that Under overperformed his expected goals last season, with his 7 strikes coming against an expected total of 5. However, XG also predicts that on current form, he'd provide a goal or assist every 2 games, which is already excellent output and likely to improve given his age. A tally of 1.6 chances created per game is hardly amazing, but it was the 5th best at Roma last year and barely below what new arrival Javier Pastore managed in Ligue 1. And with the departure of Nainggolan to Inter Milan, Under could be given more playmaking responsibility too. For a player to be getting regular minutes in a top side in a top league at his age suggests that Under is a special talent. And with Justin Kluivert taking up a spot on the left and Patrick Schick through the middle, Roma have an attacking 3 with an average age of under 21, ready to take over as Perotti and Dzeko age out. This could be the year they announce themselves to Europe. 2. Santi Mina. Valencia striker Santi Mina is up next, as Los Che returned to the Champions League following a 2-year stint in which they changed manager 6 times. Mess. Now led by Marcelino, traditionally known for his tight defence, Valencia were La Liga's third highest goal scorers last season, with 22-year-old Santi chipping in 12 goals and 2 assists. Despite his tender years, the Spaniard already has over 150 senior appearances, having played 5 full seasons at Valencia and Celta Vigo, his hometown club, and the one his father played for in the 70s. 2017-18 was the first campaign in which Mina hit double figures, and his frequent appearances from the bench meant that he was involved in a goal every 111 minutes. This was a rate which would see him net or assist 31 goals if sustained across a full campaign. That's the same tally as Cristiano Ronaldo. Unlike Rodrigo, who took 30% of his shots from outside the box, and Guedes, who made 69% of his attempts from range, Santi Mina only shot from outside the area 14% of the time, indicating an ability to find high-value opportunities in the box. That's backed up by expected goals, which pegs Mina's predicted output as 0.52 goals a game, the same as Antoine Griezmann and the 10th best in Spain. However, Mina doesn't profile as much of a creator, with just 1 chance laid on every 2 games. So while he's previously played as an attacking midfielder or on the wing, the youngster clearly needs to find a home in the centre of the pitch. The Champions League could give him the perfect opportunity. 1. Ousmane Dembélé. Don't buy the argument that Ousmane Dembélé had a disappointing first season with Barcelona last year. The Frenchman may have spent little time on the pitch, starting just 12 matches and featuring for only 931 minutes, but he still managed to contribute 3 goals and 6 assists to Barcelona's title-winning campaign, 1 every 103 minutes. That meant that despite playing a third of the minutes Rakitic did and half as many as Iniesta, Dembélé contributed more assists than either of them. That seems surprising, but a glance at the underlying numbers show just how good the young Frenchman has been, with his 2.7 chances created per 90 the best in the Barca squad, narrowly beating Leo Messi on 2.6. Dribbling numbers have declined too, but remain elite. In his first season as professional with Rennes, Dembélé completed 5 a game, which fell to 4.6 at Dortmund and now is just under 4 in Spain. That's likely a result of playing with Messi, who demands the ball most of the time, rather than an inability to beat La Liga defenders, as Dembélé still carries a massive 60% success rate, the same as other strong dribblers like Wilfried Zaha. His combination of dribbling and creativity at just 21 makes it seem almost certain that Dembélé will be among the best in the world, and his unpredictability still turns defenders inside out. In his entire career to date, the wideman has taken 62 shots with his left foot and 64 with his right, meaning it's impossible for markers to know which way to show him. And with Messi on the other flank, teams can't focus on man-marking Dembélé the way they did in Germany. The results could be frightening, unless you're a Barcelona fan. So guys, there are 5 youngsters to watch in the UCL. Should we do a part 2? Get your suggestions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, go and watch more great content over on FDFC, including Michael McCubbin and James Wayne's non-league vlogs. And as ever, don't forget to like and subscribe.